Hello fellow Helldivers, Thornton here, and today we're going to be talking about sub-factions. No, it's not going to be about the Illuminate, it's actually going to be all about, well, minor factions that might appear in the game, and something about an architect who seems to be pulling the strings behind closed curtains. Along with that, I want to go ahead and give a big thank you to everyone. We just passed 14,000 subscribers on the channel, and it means a lot to me to everyone who subscribed and enjoys the daily videos. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So in the universe of Helldivers 2, well, we spread democracy, we have a lot of hell. In case you guys didn't know, there are a ton of factions right now within Super Earth. There is the Ministry of Humanity, Ministry of Prosperity, Ministry of Expansion, Ministry of Unity, Ministry of Science, and Ministry of Intelligence, but no one really needs that, Ministry of Truth, and of course, the Ministry of Defense. Now, all those actually have specific mission and goals found in the game files. For instance, the Ministry of Science is constantly pushing Super Earth technology forward and ensures our superiority over our enemies. As we know, we are going to be getting new types of weapons and a science officer. It makes sense that we're going to see this faction pop up pretty soon. Of course, the Ministry of Defense is responsible for the defense of Super Earth against external threats. It manages the Super Earth armed forces, which we'll probably see when that new mansion comes in with the President files and we have to defend Super Earth itself. The Ministry of Unity ensures all of mankind is united as one and protects us from internal threats such as deviant behavior and expression of dangerous ideas. Fun enough, there is a rebel faction found in the NPC files, so it does look like Ministry of Unity is going to have some work to do, as that enemy faction will be coming in the near future. Of course, the Ministry of Expansion tirelessly works to increase Super Earth's reach and secure vital resources for our society to thrive, and that's going to be pretty big when we come to the Illuminate, because we're going to want that area for ourselves. And the Ministry of Truth is responsible for keeping all citizens well informed and mentally equipped to withstand our enemies' vile propaganda. And if you disagree with that, well, you need to go see your nearest democracy officer, because they'd like to have a word with you. However, it's not just Super Earth that has a plethora of factions that are going to be coming into the game in the very near future. We have two very potent factions that we must currently contend with, one being the automatons and the other ones being the terminids. And now, as most of us know, the Illuminate are right around the corner. We've seen tons of images of them. You can see them shaking their staffs and spears and just overall being very menacing. But when we look at the galactic map, we notice that currently it is divided in such a way that there is going to be room for two more factions, meaning that there will be something coming after the Illuminate. But the question is, well, what is it going to be? And it appears that there is a person or a architect, if you will, that is running the game behind the scenes and could be actually be responsible for not only the two current factions, but also the third Illuminate, and then also a fourth faction as well, at least according to some current theories. One that I liked by Asunder is that he's controlling all of them. This is all a giant war against Super Earth. Now, the first thing to go over is that there are a lot of people that are hoping we get rebels in the game, and it's very possible that that is an actual option, because Ironsight's pointed out that in the files right now, there is an NPC type named rebels. And what's important to know is that cyborgs in the original Helldivers game were the rebels, and they were a product of Super Earth. Ironsights broke down pretty easily what's going on with the rebel faction, because there is a gentleman called the Architect, as we mentioned, that seems to be the creator of the bots. It is going to be fairly far away, and it was possibly sourced from the second group of cyborg researchers that fled from Cyberstan during the 100-year raid. These researchers then formed the Automaton Development Group. However, it's unknown right now if the Architect is even human, and file strings speculate being an entirely new alien race, though that is speculated by the NPCs that are also in the game. We've actually seen science officers NPCs that we went over in a video the other day. They look to be part of an ongoing crew progression system that would be really cool coming in the near future. There's also this other really cool transmission, and it will give you a little bit more lore and insight and go into a little bit further of what Ironsights is actually talking about into the cyborg menace.
History matters. After the First Galactic War, Super Earth kindly allowed the cyborg secessionists to live, giving them stable work deep within the mines of Cyberstan. But, twisted by their implants, the cyborgs sought their revenge by creating the Automaton Legion.
So it's very clear that the cyborgs went to Cyberstan, created the automatons to fight us, but that the Architect might actually be one of those units, and he also seems like he could be involved in the evolution of the bugs in some capacity. As Ironsight says, one of the NPCs says the Architect is involved with the evolution of bugs in some ways. I mean, that's a pretty clear-cut thing going on right now. We've even seen images right here of the Bio Titan, or Bio Charger, which is a variant which could very well be that evolution that the Architect is working on. So while I do think it is possible there's going to be a rebel faction that could be the fourth fourth one. I like the idea that it's going to be an entirely new race. Symbiotes would be very cool, and that the rebels will be more of a side faction slash mini faction that pops up from time to time. It doesn't make sense to really have us fight humans when there are so much more deadly threats, although when we look at how we're doing in the war, we're probably the most deadly. I hope you guys like the theories about Cyberstan, a fourth faction, and the rebels, and I do hope that if we do get rebels, they kind of play like the C stratagem drop that should be coming in the near future. Let me know down below, what is your favorite idea for a sub faction to come into the game? And without further ado, we'll go ahead and play some community clips. If you want to submit any of your own, go ahead and hit me up on Thornton Smash on Twitter, send me a DM, and I'll go ahead and add you guys into the video.
Thank you.
Affirmative. Danger. Calling in extraction.
Sorry. Yep, hang on.
Requesting air support.
Two. What was that? What is that?
No.
That.
Reload it. What the?
Okay.
That's great. What the? Found something. Sending in an eagle. Thank you. Orbital. ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Let me know down below, what are your opinions on sub-factions? What kind would you like to see? And when do you think the Architect will make an appearance? And what do you think he's actually planning? Or what is she planning? Also, don't forget to check out this video and this video here. I do daily news updates on Helldivers too, so you can be up to date as much as possible. And until next time, everyone, thanks for stopping by. Keep spreading democracy.